Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another video. Today I'm going to be doing my review for Act 1 and Act 2 of the Simpsons Tapped Out Gamer Games, the sequel. Now, I don't want to make this video too long because I feel like I've kind of expressed my feelings on Gamer Games already. So we're going to get straight into it with Act 1. But yeah, like I said, if you want my full opinions on Gamer Games, check out my review. And also check out the video I released called Why I Think Gamer Games is One of the Worst Updates in the Simpsons Tapped Out. Actually, don't watch the review, just watch that video if you haven't already, because that one kind of more explains my views on this update. So yeah, anyway, let's get into Act 1 and kind of discuss that, and then we'll, of course, discuss Act 2, and then we'll compare the two and kind of give my opinion of which one I think's the best. So yeah. So here we have Act 1, of course, which is titled Dubstepping Up Your Game. So I think the questline overall for this was kind of meh. Like, it's more bad than meh. I think the questline is kind of weak. I like the idea of Milo leading the event, and I think it works to some degree. I don't know. It's a little weak, but it's not the worst questline we've ever got. But at the same time, I don't think it's anything truly that special. These are the prizes, of course, that we have. So there is 5 prizes, obviously. It's a multi-event, so there's 5 prizes each act. The first one is Captain Blip's Zapatria. And I like this one. I think this is a fine enough building. It's nothing amazing, but it's nothing bad. It's just a good building to decorate your town with. Obviously, this is a mall building that they've converted, so I like that. I used to be against them making mall buildings into actual buildings, but now I'm all for it, considering the buildings are becoming a rarer and rarer thing. And this one is pretty well designed from the show. I mean, they obviously had to completely redesign it somewhat, but I think they've done a good job with it. The second prize is the Dragon Tennis Ball Shooter. I mean, it's okay. It's fine, I guess, but I don't think it's a bad decoration necessarily. It's just a bit odd, really. I mean, it's easily placeable, though. It doesn't really take much room, and it isn't really much of an eye catcher. But that's not really a bad thing, because you kind of want to integrate things quite well, and I think you can integrate this decoration quite well. But there, at the same time, it's nothing amazing. It's nothing like, you know, groundbreaking for your town. The third prize, as you can see, is the Pad Dubber the Dubstepper. And this is a decoration. This decoration is way oversized. I really think they should have downscaled this a little bit, because it just, in comparison to the Captain Blip's Zapatria, it looks really stupid because it's huge compared to it. It's not the worst decoration in this update, but it's still a bad decoration in my opinion. So yeah, that's my opinions on that. And then the fourth thing we've got is the arcade cabinet. Oh boy, do I hate these decorations. Not only is it an interior, and that is a bad thing. I hate interior designs, because the whole point is you're meant to be rebuilding Springfield. So why have we been given an interior for a building? Like, we should just get the actual building that this interior is from. Now, I'm fine with them adding a few arcade walls, or arcade machines. Actually, I'm kind of welcoming to that. I think that would be fine if they were to add a few arcade machines. But why couldn't they just add like a row of actual arcade machines instead of adding this whole like little horrible interior? On top of that, it would be okay if these decorations, if you were able to like actually connect all these the corners with the walls which are in the store. Obviously, so you have the arcade cabinets here and the arcade walls. If you could connect them, then it'd be fine, but you can't even do that. So there is, even if you want to fork out some donuts to actually kind of build this with this arcade cabinets that you've got, you can't even do it because you can't build it properly. So yeah, they need to fix the rotation on it, I think. I really hope they do that in the next update. I'm hoping, I don't know. I've seen a few people on the forums and stuff talking about this and how they're kind of mad about it. So I'm hoping that they maybe change it, but honestly, this arcade cabinets is a big thumbs down. So I would say so far we've got 2 thumbs up, two thumbs down. But I'm going to give it an extra thumbs down because the fifth and final prize is, of course, a token. Now, I don't hate the tokens necessarily. I'm fine with the tokens being a prize, but as a final prize, hell no. This is not right. The final prize should be a character, or at the very least a costume, and even a costume I'm not a massive fan of. Now, the final prize is the thing that you're working towards, so to me it makes sense for it to be something quite rewarding, and it's a token. So honestly, I'm not particularly happy with this act whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, it is one of the worst acts we've got because there is no character or costume, and there's literally one building and free decorations. I'm fine with decorations and all, but free of them like at once, it's just not on. So yeah, that is my review of Act 1. It's a big stinker. Anyway, let's move on to Act 2. But first, just briefly, I want to talk about the premium thing, and that is of course Strawberry with the Malibu Stacy car. Kind of, if you want to watch see my full opinions, watch the premium gameplay on it. But yeah, I think this one's fine. It's fine. It's cheaper, obviously, because it's obviously a character in decoration. They made it cheaper, which I like. I think the character is fine. She's nothing, she's not exactly a classic character. She is a newer character, but I think the quest line, I think the character itself, and the kind of the price of it was all good. So yeah, nothing negative to say about Strawberry. Okay, so Act 2 is, I would say, is a little better, but it's not much better, but it's a little better. Of course, Act 2 is called Zerogeewhiz. The first prize is, of course, the Game Master. Now, in my video on why I think this is the worst event we've ever got, or one of the worst events we've ever got, I kind of talked about this costume and how it is literally just a redesign of the detonator. Go into that video if you want more detail and picture proof provided by Spring King. But yeah, this costume is terrible. It's really bad, and even the quests weren't that great. The animations aren't that great. It feels to me very rushed. It feels like a really rushed kind of costume they didn't put much thought into. Also, just the placement of it here is really odd. I found the questline really weird as well, because it's like, why reveal Milo as this kind of ultimate game master, but and release it as the first prize in Act 2. It kind of is a bit weird. The more logical thing to me would be to release it as the final prize in Act 4. Although it's not a great final prize, I mean, at least it's consistent with the story they're going for. So yeah, I'm not particularly happy with the placement. I'm not particularly happy with the costume. So yeah, it's a big thumbs down for the Game Master. The second prize is Lee Carvello Standy. I think this is a good decoration, although I found it very weird that we got it now instead of getting it when we first got Lee Carvello. Although I don't think it's bad at all. It's a fine decoration. It's nothing. I wouldn't even say it's nothing amazing. It's kind of cool. I like it. The third prize is the Space Simulator. I actually like this. I think this is fine enough decoration. It looks kind of cool. Yeah. Not really much more to say. It's just a cool decoration, I guess. The fourth prize is the tokens, which I've talked about tokens to death. So we'll move on to the fifth prize. The fifth prize is a building. So better than having a token as the final prize for sure, but I'm not happy with there being no character or costume. The building is, of course, at Bart's Moon Mansion. I found the placement of it very weird. It's a building that Bart has in a hallucination, or like a dream sequence, I should say, not hallucination. Yeah, it's a dream house, like literally. It's a moon mansion. Yeah, it's something he has in a dream. So it's a bit kind of random that they've thrown it in here. I mean, whatever. They kind of tied it in. It's a cool enough building. It's not a bad building at all. It's a fine building, but I just think the placement of it was very weird, and it being a final prize, I wasn't really happy with that either. So yeah, honestly, Act 2, it's another stinker. And of course, we have Wally Weiser, which is the Act 2 premium thing in the store, and of course he comes with the Broken Dream storage lockers. I think this is better than Strawberry, weirdly. I think it kind of comes down to Strawberry just being a little bit of a bland character for me. I don't think there's like nothing much interesting with her, but I think Wally Weasel's, I guess, visually appealing in some way. I don't know, he's kind of funny. I remember him from that one scene that he has. I know he's a very brief character. He doesn't exactly have a major role in an episode or anything, unlike Strawberry, but I don't know, I think he's an episode from a kind of older episode. You can remember, he's rememberable. I imagine he's probably been seen in newer episodes as well, but I remember him. I think he's a funny little character. Obviously, it would have made more sense for him to come with Wally Weasel, but whatever. And yeah, I think the character's good. The building's quite cool as well. Nothing terrible. Nothing amazing, but nothing bad. And Wally Weasel's a cool character. So I think, honestly, this is probably the best premium thing, I'd say. From what I can tell, either this or Cossine, but I'll have to see his questline. But yeah, him and Cossine are the two things that I'm most excited for in this event. Strawberry as well, I guess. Strawberry's kind of cool. It's cool to get her, but yeah. It's funny how the most expensive premium thing is going to be huge ass, and I'm really not bothered about that character. Although yes, it's a funny character. It's from a funny scene. The character itself is a joke. It's a gag character, so it doesn't really, you know, it's nothing to get excited for. But yeah, I think Wally Weasel's kind of cool, and I actually really like the questline. I thought it was quite funny. So yeah, that is my opinions on Act 1 and 2. Honestly, if I was to say which one was the best, I would definitely go with Act 2, although I don't think it's a good act at all. It's certainly better than Act 1. Now, honestly, that is my opinions on Gamer Games. I can very much say for sure that Act 3 and 4, I'm probably not going to be very positive about either, especially 3. We'll see, I might be a little bit positive about 4. There's some cool things we're going to be getting there, I guess, but yeah, we'll have to see. But anyway, guys, tell me your thoughts on Act 1 and 2 of Gamer Games, and yeah, so I shall see you in the next video. Not sure what that's going to be, but it'll be something. And yeah, I'll see you next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.